Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Ann Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas, and this is my second card for the month of January. We are working on a Valentine's suite, and we are using the Made with Love um, suite by Stampin' Up! So in this particular card, we're going to do a technique. We are going to use our embossing folder, and we will use some dies and some stamps. So let me show you what our card looks like. This is a fun card. I really like it. It looks harder than it is, but it isn't. And let me show you what you get in your packet. So in your packet, of course, you get your envelope. Okay, so you get your envelope, and the envelope's just going to get stamped with the group of hearts again. You get your sentiment piece. And if you got a kit from me, you're going to get 2 die cut hearts that we're going to try to stamp on. But if you're making this at home, I would suggest just taking a piece of scrap paper, something that is, what is this one? This one is like 2 1/4 by 4 3/8. It's just a piece of scrap from cutting out other things. But as you can see, you could stamp on here twice and you'd be able to get 2 hearts out of it when you die cut. So you could stamp and then die cut, which is preferable in certain situations. But to show you that it can be done, we're going to use the hearts. And then we have one piece that is embossed, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. You will have 2 pieces of the basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4, and then you have your card base. Your card base is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. As with most of my cards, I'm going to ask you to burnish it just to make sure you have a nice crisp edge there. Okay, and a lot of this is ink today, but before we get into the ink, we're just going to quick put down a couple pieces, and that is our 2 pieces like this, our 2 white pieces. This is a matte layer, so I'm just going to put it on. Again, this is 1/4 inch less all the way around from the outside of our card base. So give yourself about 1/8 of an inch, and try to get it as straight as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect because this is a handmade card, not a machine-made card. So there will be some variances, and that is perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. And if you're me, you know that, because after a while you've made enough mistakes that you just go, oh, yeah, that's good enough. I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. After a while, like, oh, that's not, I'm not going to fret over that, little bit of variance there. Okay. Now I'm just going to put this aside. We will eventually stamp right here, but for right now, I'm just going to put it and the envelope aside along with our finished card. And now we're going to have some fun. So the first thing we're going to do is, I think we're going to try to stamp our words and our hearts. So this is the stamp that we're going to use to do the outline of our heart. And what's really nice um, about this is that you can, with the polymer stamps, you can actually see where you're stamping. It fits on there perfectly. So that's a nice thing. So we will go ahead and stamp our hearts. Now I'm going to try and line this up as best I can. Brought in a piece of scrap, and part of the reason I did that is I've already done some blending on this piece, and it really outlines where that white is for me. Just make sure I have a good stamp on there, and see if I can line this up perfectly. This is the hardest part of the whole thing right there. And then to get it off, I'm just using my fingernail. Oh, not too bad. And it's okay that it's off on the side, because the other person's not going to know that I was a little bit off. So we'll try. We get 2 tries at it, or 4 if you have to use the other side. So I'm going to try and do this without getting my head in there. Okay, let's see how much better we were with this one. Sounds like a little bit closer to accurate. Ooh, look at that one. Look at that one. We did it. We did it. Now, as you can kind of see, got a little bit of ink there because I touched it while it was still wet. For me, the red ink takes a little bit to dry, but that's okay because I'm going to come in with my happy stamp. Okay, and I'm going to put happy right over that little smudge. So anybody looking at it would think, yeah, not a big deal. They're not going to see it as much. And then the other one gets day put on it. And I'm going to let all of this just dry. Day. Okay, it's just going to sit up here and dry. And then I have one more stamp for the front, and that is my Valentine's, and that is on a big block. It's because I used it to line up on another one, so I left the Valentine's where it was. Okay, so I'm going to put this on as straight as I can, making sure I got enough ink. I want to make sure I got it all the way there. Okay, Valentine's. Press. Pull it off. Oh, no bueno. No bueno. I'm going to try something and hopefully it works. I'm usually pretty good at this. Haha, look at that. All I did was carefully re-put it down and fill in that part that was missing before. Not bad. I'll take that. Okay, we do need to use this stamp, and that's for the inside of our card and also our envelope. So let's do that right now before we go to the next fun and messy step of this card. And I mean messy, or it can be messy. It doesn't have to be messy. You can be really neat with it. So what happened is when I was trying to create this card, I had one concept in mind and I made a mistake. And I thought, well, I don't want to throw this away. So then I just made the mistake enough times to make it look like I meant to do that. So let me get this out here again. I'm going to use this. I'm just putting other things off to the side. So I'm going to take my piece that is embossed and I'm going to take my ink pad and I am going to run it over this to darken my my embossing. And see, I've got it in where the back has got stuff, and that's okay. I can just come back in here until I get it as even as I want it to be, but it's just dragging this across with a fairly uh there we go. I think at that point I need to stop, drop and roll on that one, let it dry, and that's it. I mean, it's a cool technique. Now the original goal was that just the top of it would get the ink, but I got a few smudges in there because I was heavy-handed. So when you do this technique, it's like you meant it to happen, and that is okay. So I'm going to bring back our card now, and I'm going to take and move this out of the way. I'm just going to do this for a second to make sure that the ink is dry, because I'm going to put my fingers on top of it. Okay, so because this is embossed, I'm going to use glue and put it on the front. Oh, well, and I glued my hand. Well, there you go. Don't pinch it too much. You end up popping it out of your hand. Ah, there we go. Okay, and again, this is 1/4 of an inch smaller than my inside piece, so roughly 1/8 of an inch everywhere. And one of the best things you can do when you're using glue is grab it from either corner and make sure you've got it straight. And when you've got it straight, then go ahead and press. And then what I do is I open it up and press from the back. This way I'm not, you can use a palm folder to give equal pressure, but this way I'm not pushing that piece around in front. And now everything else just gets put on dimensionals. And we do like our dimensionals. So let's bring those in. Because what's the phrase? The phrase, see when I flipped it over and pressed, some of the ink went onto my paper. That's because the red takes just a hot minute or two to dry. It really does. And it's okay, but you just need to know it's going to do that. Um, and I don't have that problem with every color. Sometimes my greens will do that. I think I have a blue that does it too. Purples do it. Well, I guess I just am too impatient. Maybe a lot of them do it because I'm too fast. I doubt that, but you never know. Okay. Now, yes, I do put quite a few on. So, but it's okay. They're cheap as chips. Remember that. Cheap as chips. Best thing you can buy in the catalog. If you ever just need a little bit more stuff, to make a minimum. Like right now at Stamping Up, we have this thing going on called bonus days till the end of the month. So if you place an order with me at Stamping Up for $50, you get a $5 gift coupon to use in February, which I think is just fabulous. And also, when you do your order online, what's really cool is Stamping Up gives you 10% back anyways on any order that is over 20. So now you're getting another $5 free. So you end up getting $10 free for every $50 you spend during the month of January. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And that goes for everybody. Let's see, does this one say happy? It does. So I want a happy, happy, happy. That one decided to be on me. Okay. Valentine's, we're just going to go straight across. And then day. These just remind me of conversation hearts. I love those. That you get in the little box. Oh, I love those things. Anyways, this is card number 2. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share, join my YouTube channel to be notified of future videos. And I look forward to showing you more cards, especially in Valentine's. We have card number 3 coming up, and that one's a lot of fun too. Okay, thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.